Hello, it is I. I think I still need to reset my event list. How about we just kind of do that right now? I'm in the wrong. Hold on. There we go. Let me really quick pull up my see, what is it? It's probably my Streamlabs. See, whereas I don't use Streamlabs, I use Streamlabs assets because they're easy to use. Um, so give me a mo. Let's see here. It's taken a while for it to load. I'm gonna actually assume that my PC is gonna be a pain in the ass today. Okay. Also, I'm gonna close this. All right. So I haven't done this in a while. I'm gonna log in. I just love how it's randomly slower, like for no particular reason. Uh, I don't know. I really don't know why. Maybe it ran an update while I was. Oh, I don't think so. I'll just jump in the chat. My Chrome is entirely frozen completely. Crap. What I was gonna do is I was gonna pull up my event list and refresh it. Okay, it finally loaded. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the not the not the alert box widgets. Here we are, event list. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the widget URL. I don't know if it's changed, but I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to put it into... Wait, hold on. Is that caught up now? Wait. It's caught up now. I think so. I don't remember exactly. I guess let me at least look at the properties. Yeah, that's the exact same thing. Okay, well, we'll consider it caught up. It wasn't like that before, though. I think it just caught up as soon as I pulled it up. Like, it just started behaving. Oh well. Dude, that ain't right. That ain't right. That's better, at least. Why do some heroes have bios and some don't? Like, Vendetta has a bio, you know? Emre has a bio. Hazard has a bio. Roadhog has a bio. Reinhardt has a bio. Doofus has nothing. He's got nothing. Is it because... I mean, it's not because he covers up most of this area. They could just put the text over. He's got nothing. Does anyone else have nothing? Zarya... Can we start here? Okay. By the way, it's starting to load them faster. Who calls her Dez? Does anyone call her Dez? Oh my god. Wait, what? Is that because, like, Doom is supposed to be, like, assumed dead, even though he was just confirmed to be alive, but is that because he's just, like, no one knows yet? This is so weird. How long has this been a thing? Absolutely just... what? I mean, even if they said, like, the leader... because, like, this doesn't say that it's the leader of... you know, it doesn't say, like, oh, Vendetta's the leader of Talon or whatever. It just kind of gives a general description. Yeah, they could do the same for Doom, but he's got nothing. How weird is that? Does anyone let Blizzard know? I forgot about Doom. You know, if I look this up, I bet someone's mentioned it. Like, there's no way no one's mentioned this. Why doesn't Doomfist get a hero bio? Four months ago, Doomfist is the only hero whose bio does not appear below his name. This was posted 5 months ago. Whether it's intended or not, it's a neat little detail given the events that happened in the Reign of Talon. Yeah, so I assume is that what like this is supposed to be a reference to? Because they could still give like a general background. Oh. Well, I'm in the call. I think the only heroes I can't play, I mean, I can do my best, but the only heroes I would say that I can't play very well would probably be Doom is one. Like, Doom's the only tank I feel like I can't really play well. Maybe Ball, but mostly Doom, I think. Like, Ball is easy to understand when you're diving. Doom is not. In terms of DPS heroes, I'm not very good with Widow. Even to this day, I'm pretty rough with Widow. I could probably play Torb pretty well, but I don't really try. Hello. Quack. You heard what I found. Oh, crap. Hold on. Wait, you can't hear me. You can't hear me. Hold on. Shit. I'm sorry, my bad. Can you hear me now? You know. I can't hear you if you're saying anything. I had to change. I've been doing Discord calls and VR chat, so I had to swap my mic.
Oh, I thought it was me.
No, that was me. That was me.
Plugging it back in.
I had to swap my output to be my headset, and I just never swapped it back. Even though Discord offers, I just don't let it. So, did you realize what I was pointing out?
I couldn't hear you till now.
I was looking through the heroes. How many heroes do we have now? We have a lot. I was looking through all the heroes, and only one of them lacks a hero description. Doomfist doesn't have a hero description. Everybody has a bio, except for Doomfist.
They remove it again?
I don't know if he ever had one. If they removed it, then it's definitely supposed to be because, you know, oh, is he dead? Even though he was just confirmed to be alive.
Yeah, they removed
But
it.
I mean, here's the thing though. It's like Vendettas doesn't say that she's the leader of Talon, right? So it's like it doesn't matter if you're supposedly dead. You still have a bio. I don't know. I find it weird. Like
Maybe they removed it because they're gonna give him a new one.
I guess maybe, but here's the thing. I googled it and someone pointed it out 4 months ago. I mean, it's like, come on.
Well, it was around when it.
Yeah, I guess it is around when it happened, but I don't know. I just don't understand the logic behind removing it. Just because he's like supposedly dead in the lore, even though everyone knew that he wasn't. But I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the only logic I can think of, because you're right, that does line up. But
yeah, I can't find anyone saying that before that update.
It's so funny. I noticed that today because they just released that little a little lore thing about him being alive.
Somebody said dead men tell no tales.
I mean, like, it would have. Everyone knew that he was pretty much, everyone knew that he was alive, but, so I kind of worried that it was going to be an underwhelming story bit, but what they did is that they basically told the story of his background, which basically mirrors what Vendetta did to him. He did it to his, like the previous Doomfist, and so it shows like, yeah, it's kind of Sith-ish, but instead of I was kind of expecting it to just be a boring old somehow Doomfist return, but instead they kind of made it into more of a, oh, there's parallels between them. Vendetta's
really
just kind of like, I'm
cool.
owed this, and then he's like, I'm gonna take it. What?
It'd be really cool if like big story changes are reflected in like character skins, but that doesn't really work since they have like dozens of them. Maybe like the default skin.
They
hardly
could.
anyone uses that, so it wouldn't really be worth it.
They'd probably put him in the past, like battle damage Doomfist in the past.
The perfect world is shaped by my hand.
Except he literally lost the Doomfist. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Things like that. Well, you can't remove that from his kit.
Doomfist without the
You
Doomfist.
loaded it. You loaded the practice range. You're like, wait, where's my abilities? He does nothing.
People are just kind of like, oh god, we have the loser that's using the Doomfist skin with no Doomfist.
Make him competitive.
It's just like
We forgot to pay a Doomfist.
like he does all of his moves, but they just do nothing. Like there's no punch.
No damage. We forgot to hero ban Doomfist. Our loser tank just picked him.
But like, I guess you lose your hand, or you lose your arm for the Doomfist. I thought you just kind of put your arm in it, because like
No, I-
his
yeah,
arm's
I wasn't,
gone.
though.
I don't know if it came off or if someone stole it off of his body
Well,
when
maybe
he was out.
Coincidence.
Wow.
Maybe he just so happened to be missing that arm. But you don't have to. I don't know.
But there were like a bunch of sparks and everything. He wasn't like bleeding all over the place. I know it's Blizzard, but
Yeah, I'm saying maybe he doesn't have that arm.
oh,
But it's not like necessary to wield the Doomfist. It's just a coincidence that he didn't have that arm.
I'm pretty sure he had it when he took the Doomfist though.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know. I guess they don't show a full body, so you just can't really know. But I just don't. In his line of work, I don't really see them just being like, "You're gonna be my strongest warrior," and you also don't have an arm. My frames are bad again. I don't know why. Man, I feel like there's gotta be more firepower. Jesus Christ, I broke his back. Nice.
Shaping our defense. Power at my fingertips.
Oh god. I'm okay. I'm okay. Just need some heals.
I'm not shooting after me.
Oh god. Got her.
Behind you.
Thank you. Man. Demon's basically 1 HP. Oh my
I thought I
god.
could slide around the back of the wall. I didn't make it. Try to run back.
Ah!
Liana might not make it either.
Oh shit.
No, she didn't make it.
Dang it.
I refuse to determination. Namaskar.
Jeez.
Activating defense array.
I got so many of them, it's not even funny. Oh my god. Guys, stop playing the corner, please! Like, I mean, I get that you guys can, I get that, like, Ana can heal from far away.
I don't know
Looks
what
like-
she was saying for fun. I guess she wanted to back up.
Insult me at their own
Hmm.
peril.
I don't know why. She's got range. But I guess she would have to look around the corner.
I felt like we could have held them at the corner. Shield, feel free to use it. It's free!
Now to make some enemies.
Ooh.
Power at my fingertips.
Nice.
Chain of command.
Where's she pointing?
I attacked the Ana, but I keep pointing at the help I hit.
I don't know why I did that. Oh
Oh,
shit.
that's 3 ults. But okay.
Hopefully we'll just make sure they don't waste them.
What can I say?
And I wish they didn't get rid of the perk where Domina can treat her shield like a wall, push people into it. That's such a good perk. That was like so anti-dive. I get jumped on, I can just push them back into
What
it.
did they replace it with?
I can now move my shield at my own discretion, which is decent, I guess. That helps a little
Like
bit.
after it's been placed.
Yeah, so I can drop it, and then I can move it.
Oh, I think they whiffed it.
Look out! I don't have a shield right now. Blah!
This ends now.
Oof.
They must be held responsible.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Don't. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Behind me now.
Back up, pig! Oh god, I'm gonna get hit really hard. I need help. I was hit, and I don't. Oh my god! Thank you, but nice. Thank you. Sierra can be so unrelenting. Like when you get tagged, it's like I don't have my shield. It's like, what do I even do? I guess I should have hid behind a wall.
I'm not heartless. I'm busy.
I have ult.
I might just say give them heck.
I
Give
don't.
them
I
heck.
don't think so. I don't- and my language. Here we go.
Shoot.
Ugh. That orbital just sucks. Juno's won. Juno's won. Oh,
I'm screwed.
It's okay.
It's just me. It's only me. Formed me like ants.
such a
on
weird
sugar.
fight. I'm sorry there. What?
They'll swarm me like ants on sugar. I didn't mean to press go.
Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
haven't done that in a long time.
You want to use it to touch, please?
I died before I could, apparently. Even
Holy
with accidentally
shit,
pressing
that-
Q and flying to the point.
Ah.
Nobody else.
No one was on. Like they spent so much of the game like behind, like in the back.
Now.
Also, I want her gun. I want that skin. What skin is it?
Well, it's good to know, even if I didn't accidentally ult,
Recharge.
nobody would have touched it.
I just don't. I don't know why they spent so much of the game in the back. Oh well. It is only a game. I went back and this is very, very, very incredibly hyper rare, but it turns out that my Steam decided to record when I encountered that mysterious figure in VR chat.
What do you mean it's rare?
I can't explain it. My Steam backlog recording works for like every game, but in VR chat, it works like once every 2 or 3 months. Randomly.
Weird.
Welcome to Hollywood.
The one with the grapes.
Amid discord, we will find tranquility. To find success, we must search in harmony.
I feel a little bad. We're about to ruin their day.
I have one slow walker, holy shit.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
And breathe as one.
I had someone, remember, crap, Reaper, oh shit. Remember when we were playing? He's
Jump scare.
not a great assassin though, he's in front of everybody. We were playing,
Yeah, it's old.
he had his ult. He wants, I was playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, we were all doing that, and I had someone in the chat who was like, I mean, obviously a troll. I didn't notice until like, they had been yapping for probably about 10 minutes or whatever. And they were like, they were claiming that it was their game and we would get in trouble for playing their game. This is my game. You can't play this. I'm looking at your usernames and I'm going to report you, blah blah blah. And I was just, I mean, like I just didn't respond. They probably thought I wasn't responding to be like, you know, like he was like, oh, you see me, but I'm gonna get your attention. But I literally just had no idea he fucking existed. Like I literally didn't know until like I saw him. I was like, oh, okay. I just banned him. I was like, alright. What? Like I don't know. It's a special type of person. Like maybe you're being serious, maybe you're not. Either way, you ain't right up there. There's no reality here where you're doing this and you're okay in the head. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just prevent you from being in my chat.
Presents itself. The enemy outnumbers us.
Nice.
Melee'd him. Mizuki and I are just kind of... We're just in the front. I don't know why. We shouldn't be here. I'm gonna try to keep Trance for Annihilation or Death Blossom. We should back up. We should just wait that out. I think we should just wait it out. Or we could take the other way, but it doesn't take very long. Okay, putting in a Discord. Okay, good. Good job. Ramacho's holding up. Nice, good job. Up. Got the Ana.
I almost got Passion too.
Oh shit. I mean, if I go down, Ramacho's probably gonna immediately Annihilation. Okay, he's down, so I might have to do it for... Oh god. Okay, we won't have to deal with Death Blossom either. You're punching a lot of people, Mizuki.
I admire your discipline.
Are there any Mizuki Zenyatta interactions? There should be. They've all got ultimates, definitely. Okay, oh my god!
I fell into the Annihilation. Oh my god.
Bro! Oh my, I literally tackled like 3 ults with that thing! Let's go! Ah, god. Ah, the Bastion gets me? I literally like the Nano, Annihilation, and a Death Blossom, and I'm sitting there healing. Of course, the Death Blossom was mostly targeted at me. I think it was just me.
Opportunity for change.
Behind Reaper. I've been exploded.
Repetition
Well,
is the path to mastery.
Dang! Whoa, what's gotten into them? Ugh.
Failure is acceptable. Giving up is not.
Okay. There we go. Got a triple. Oh baby, a triple. Pretty Purpose 1. Nice. We don't have to deal with Death Blossom. Crap, crap. This is looking good. Good job. They've gotten queen now? Interesting.
Well, they've had one for a while. She probably has ult.
Oh. I'm tired. Potential
Speaking of
Blossom?
ult, yeah. Javelin.
I'm sorry. I just my Pavlovian response. Okay. You know, I heard die, even though I saw it. I heard die. I reacted. Ugh, God. We both done that now, I guess.
True strength does not always mistake.
Me and Miz are pretty almost equal here.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Holy shit!
Whoa, his
You
body
sent
hit
him
the
into
ceiling.
space! Oh god, I shouldn't be up here. I'm sorry, I'm sorry! Nah.
Well, this is rough. They definitely have Rampage.
Hello there. No one can hide from my sight.
Okay. If they have Rampage, they're probably just gonna use it into my trance. That I just didn't
I
have.
noticed that he was stationary.
I can't reach him. I can't reach him. Here we go. Give it your all.
I could have got way more with that. And the nano. Got knifed.
Okay, don't leave point. Don't leave point.
Yeah, we were winning before they swapped.
Dang, you're at 10k.
Oh, we swapped. Oof.
That was a rough one. I mean, look at the numbers everyone's got. He's like easy. I'm like, that was a rough one. Easy.
Play of the game. Epic. MVP, it is my duty.
Once again, it's GDQ, and once again, I don't see as many task runs as I used to. Is that just me?
Why? Because they're not quite as interesting to the
No, I mean,
public.
to me, I see people talking about how cool tasks are, but I just never want to watch a task.
They're very, very interesting and helpful for like speedrunners because they show off like new tricks and stuff that are potentially humanly possible. Like usually they can tell if a human can do it or not. But they're very helpful for like showing new strats and stuff that people didn't even know were
Do you
possible.
think it's an AI thing?
Is why they're not showing it. Well, the task has to be programmed by a person. Like all the inputs are essentially you're like programming all the little inputs beforehand that are too fast
So it's
for
like
a person to do.
it's like the little mini games where you like program the path of like a robot and then you like
Yeah.
push play and it
Yeah.
does all the thingies, but like really 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 fast.
Or like you're in one of your little music programs, you put all the notes out, then you
Yeah.
press play, and it's like here it's playing out what you just programmed.
Well, the thing
Not
is
like
though,
having a robot
okay, well maybe it's not an AI
figure
thing,
it
but
out.
I just find it less fun because it's like I want to know if a person can do the thing.
Yeah, it's more interesting to like see the people do it. The task is more interesting for the actual runners that want to know
Mm-hmm.
what new paths are, or what they can try to achieve. Though some of them are straight up impossible. It's like, yeah, a human would never, you could never do this.
Just watch me.
But for like a lot of runners, it's kind of like, you know, the guidelines. It's like here's absolute perfection. Try to attain this.
Strive to attain.
And I'm sure it's fun to program and then watch it do all your programs.
This dude knows what he's doing. Immediately try to push me into line of fire.
It's already almost over. I got like 2 days left.
Yeah, it surprised me. I mean, generally, Games Done Quick keeps me going for at least 2 weeks because I just watch the recordings. Because I'm like, I did not see even close to everything, and so I just watch the really really long VODs as long as they're up.
Yeah, I forget the site, but there's a really nice site that has them all in like a
Oh yeah,
easy to understand table of like the year's
Yeah.
events.
and then I mean I don't
Using
know
the schedule for every year.
I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I would assume probably in the next month. I think the race to World First should be happening again, so I'm probably gonna go right from that to race. Of course, I don't actually know. Are they doing any? Have they done any Elder Scrolls games this year?
Not that I've seen.
Oh shit! I think I gotta play the game. I gotta play.
Astonishing work.
I wonder what it's like if like you're really into speedrunning and games done quick and all that stuff, but you're also like really anti-woke. It's probably it's probably not a probably annoyed the entire time.
They mostly just don't. Well, they hate watch it, I guess. I've seen posts about
They
it
hate watch?
where people are like, ah, this event used to be
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen some of
for the
that.
boys.
Used to be for the boys.
Used to be the boys.
The boys used to donate to charities. Now we got all kinds of people donating to charities. Don't they think about anyone but themselves? I still got the anti-grav hit, which is good. I'm actually one of the best Sigmas in the world. Try and verify that. You can't. This is my Smurf account. Moira might have Coalescence.
I was still hiding behind the payload because I didn't know if he was doing his high noon still.
I bonked him on the head with a rock. Ah, damn.
Cancel it though, or does he just
Oh yeah, yeah, it totally cancels it. I hit him on the head with a rock, and he was like, shit. Yeah. Shit. I don't know if that was my bad.
Because I was gonna die, I guess.
You know what? Probably, but I
It saved
think it was
me.
good.
I exploded the camp. Oh god. Oh my god, it's not enough healing. No, it is enough healing, I guess. Somehow.
Thank you.
I didn't think.
Probably Shatter. He's looking for an opening.
Dang it.
There it is.
Pass aim's too good.
They're not really. I mean, they're pushing it, but not very fast.
Actuating the barrier.
I'm running around the corner. I've got ult.
Yeah, he's gonna do shatter.
No, he already shattered, but we got
Oh,
it.
he did?
Yeah, but we got a Deadeye. He did it like right after he killed you.
That shatter Deadeye combo.
Oh
was
shit!
great.
No, I was so ready to hit him with a rock. It just... Yeah, shatter Deadeye. Be good.
He's pretty good with those. Whatever that old's called.
Man, we're so old. We're so old. I think
He
it's
says
title
Riptide,
title
I think,
surge.
but that's not what it's called. Title wave, title surge.
Something title. It is a title. It's titles in the title.
Probably title surge. Yeah, keep
Over
track
there,
of
over
these
here.
Triangle to heroes. There's gonna be another one, like a
Yeah.
month.
God. Good job. Going up and down. This is such a interesting match. The fights are very sloppy, but Wu Yang just sitting down in his water chair.
Trust in me, Whiterun. Trust in Heimskr. For I am the chosen of Talos. I alone have been anointed by the
Hold on,
Night
let me get close.
to
There we go.
spread his holy word.
I knew that was coming before it came. I saw the thing come up, so I was prepared for Heimskr cabbage. Thank you. I don't know how you
Dang it, Wu
did
Yang's
that.
not gonna make it though.
We're having Blizzard active right now.
Oh, Wu Yang's alive. Or he's running back from the spawn. I thought.
I was charged again.
Ah, dang it.
Also, hello.
That was not the expected result. We must stop their
let's go with that. Oh god. No, I didn't have time to see where he was.
It was very far away and very high up, and I was too busy thinking about Cassidy that I couldn't use the title search correctly. So the funny menu, also hello, you're lightly intoxicated and vibing.
I'm gonna back up. It wasn't enough. I should have just committed. Should have flown to the point and seen if I could have contested for an extra second.
All we got now is
Either way.
we got a blizzard, but I promise you I will have flux very, very soon. Blizzard's in. They're healing it, but we can outdo the damage. Or outdo the sanctuary. There we go. I don't think they're gonna get enough value out of that. We're okay.
Got me.
They probably should have saved that because they don't have much time left. Okay, what do we got? Okay, we're gonna have dragons and we're gonna have flax. They probably have shatter, right? You think they didn't use it recently, did they? I think they have shatter and they might have coalescence.
None of Wu Yang's abilities help with people on fire, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't nullify.
Specific, but that'd be part.
That would be that would be a good perk.
Wave slam thing should like cure the.
There it is. Got him.
Oh my god! Thank you. If he lose charging towards me.
Generally,
shattered.
Anyone that can get rid of like status effects. It's not just like one status effect. It's generally like.
Yeah.
You know, so he would have to do it for like anti.
That's why I said it's probably too specific of a thing.
Also, they're very careful with that. Usually, they're very careful with nullification skills because it's a very big deal to be able to nullify those things. I'm kind of getting worried. Time and boom! Oh, I hit Cassidy and he cawed like an eagle for some reason. That's the sound that he makes. I don't know which of my plays is going to be play, but it's going to be one of them.
That Wu Yang was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around.
That's like, I love that.
How is this real?
How can this be real? I'm actually winning a match. I mean, like, I was doing really well at the beginning. Wow, look at I was doing so at the beginning, you know, like absorbing, like I would absorb the Moira orb, and then I would accretion the Deadeye. He's very satisfying to play as.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was there for the formation of the GDQ meme this year, but it's kind of boring.
They have a boring meme this year?
I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, maybe it was before I was watching. But I'm pretty sure it was the Sonic 3 run. When they're doing that, there's some crazy Sonic 3 speedrunning.
Was that
where he,
Arctic?
like, starts sliding through the. No, but he was. I forget if he was there. He was running other Sonic games this year. You do some stuff where you're like sliding through the walls really fast, and like the camera can't keep up. And every time they would do it, the crowd would just go wee.
Oh yeah, that's where it comes from. I see.
So that's been happening ever since, and I'm pretty sure that's where it started. And then every time you fall vertically, they just scream. Just it's a wee, and then
Shout out to the audience with the screaming audience inside. I don't know.
They're just like on a roller coaster, I guess. Next year they're gonna have 4D seats. It does sound like just on a roller coaster. Wee, ran Sonic Schoolhouse this year. I don't know if I've seen them do that before.
I feel a little bad. We're about to ruin their day.
For some reason, the world record holder for Sonic Adventure 2 was running Sonic Schoolhouse. I was like, I know her. She's in the Adventure 2 speedrunning Discord that I'm in.
I bet it's got even crazier tech.
It is the most 90s looking game ever. It looks like one of those fake 90s games. They're trying to replicate the aesthetic.
It's like Digital Circus.
What is the name for those? They're not called 3D mazes, but like, you know, like the 3D body adventure and the... Are they
Whatever
called
Digital
3D mazes?
Circus is, I don't know.
Well, that's not a 3D. I mean specifically the like the maze kind of thing, like 3D body adventure or the 3D dinosaur.
Like billboard sprites. And it's kind of
Yeah,
Doom
where
like
you're, like-
almost.
where you're like going through a. Nice.
I don't know. Oh shit! Whoa! He cut his charge. Oh man, I just walked right into that. That was my choice.
Speaking of 3D maze games like that, I played like an hour of Arena yesterday,
You played an hour of Arena?
which I think is the only Elder Scrolls game I've played besides Skyrim and ESO.
That's about as long as I can survive in Arena. Like that first dungeon is so freaking annoying, and I think
It said I knew one person on Steam who's played it, and it was you for 22 minutes.
yeah. But here's the
So I
thing.
guess I played more than you at this point.
I remember playing via something else. I think I probably played it via like an emulator before I bought it on Steam or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was probably free on something else before it was.
Because whatever I was using was bugged out at the crap. It was bugged out at the door where you gotta like answer a question or whatever after the first dungeon, and it was screwed up. And I don't know. But I probably haven't played too much longer.
I was playing it blind. Eventually, I looked up a guide and read about that question thing, and then I just never encountered it. And I went through the exit.
What? Isn't it
Do you
mandatory?
have to do the question to leave, or
I thought it was. Yeah, I
or
thot it was mandatory. I thought you had to do it.
Maybe I have to go back in there and like I haven't beat it until like answer the question.
Huh.
But I don't know. I left.
You're just playing it straight up, no mods. So.
I didn't know you could mod it.
I'm sure someone can.
DOSBox.
Well, okay.
Can you mod DOSBox things?
Well,
I don't
okay.
actually know.
No, but there's
Well, you
like
can mod-
there's a version of Daggerfall called Daggerfall Unity, which is like a modified version of Daggerfall. And so,
Oh yeah, I'm sure people make.
if there's like a modified version of Arena, you know, I've played
just
some
like
Unity.
Steam-
It's pretty
the
nice,
Steam version.
but I like to play the OG and get the vibe of the OG.
For some reason, I thought it was. I guess I couldn't really picture it, but I thought it was like 2D, like 2B maze.
Nah, it's more like
I thought it was a 3D maze, but I thought it was one of those ones that's like faking the 3D look with two-dimensional. But like the environment's fully
Yeah.
like 3D.
I mean, we went to that Daggerfall world. It's basically the same engine. Let me in. This is the opposite of last match. I'm going to use my ult, and then I'm just gonna swap.
I've died 5 times.
Okay, let's break that shield. All right, break the shield, break the shield. Okay, here we go. Hi.
It's right here, control.
I definitely prefer Daggerfall over Arena because it's just more. I think it's more polished. But I don't know. I need to go back and play
Only
more
a second
Arena.
death.
What?
That was only his second death.
Ugh. Yeah, maybe I should just go and swap. I don't know.
So when did they? Maybe I'm confused, but like, when did they decide Khajiit were cat-like beings?
I think Morrowind is really when they became more like actual cat-like, and then and then the lore gave them an excuse and said, you know, there's cat-like ones, there's elf-like ones, and
Okay.
with Arena though, you might have noticed the Argonians just look like people, right?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Argonians
that's
are
right.
literally just like blue or grayish skinned people.
Well, I picked it tells you like to pick where you hail from or something, and I was like, I guess I'll pick elsewhere, and it said, okay, you're a Khajiit.
Yep,
I was
that's
like,
how it
oh, I
works.
guess I can't pick my. I guess I can't pick my race. I'm just Khajiit. And then
Yeah.
I walk around. I am not a. Not what I would think a Khajiit looks like. And everyone's calling me a Khajiit. I'm like, no, I'm not.
But hey, it's still lore accurate. Ohm's Khajiit basically just look like elves. It depends
I
on
also
what.
thought the map would have changed more. Like it tells you to pick where I'm from, but I'm like, it just looks like the ESO map, like
Yep.
entirely.
Yep.
Except Somerset was spelled like a U.
What's funny also is that if you look at the Hughes Bang region in Hammerfell, it's basically literally they took the sprite for Somerset and shrunk it down, just smooshed it. God, man, kill. They're probably like, this is probably this guy's third match. So, did you like select a class, or did you do the questionnaire?
Oh, I didn't know there was a question.
There's literally, if you do a questionnaire, the Elder Scrolls franchise begins with a BuzzFeed quiz. This is how it begins.
Oh, maybe I should have done that.
If you have it, if you decide to basically, like, you can choose one, or you could just have it decide for you. It basically just kind of gives you a a scenario, and a scenario will be like, you know, you encounter, you meet the king of a faraway kingdom. He says, like, it kind of gives you a scenario, and then it's like, what do you do in this scenario, right? He's like, he says that he will give you this much gold if you go and fight a dragon, but the dragon hasn't hurt anybody, you know, it's an innocent dragon. And so you would basically just choose out of your answers what you think you would do, and it grabs a class from your answers. That is how the Elder Scrolls starts if you decide to have it go through a process.
So every Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game start, you are assigned like a Pokemon that you become based on a BuzzFeed quiz.
That's how it
It's like,
works?
which Pokemon are you?
So, an additional fun fact of this is that this is actually where the Sweet Roll meme begins. They have a question about a bully stealing your Sweet Roll, and that is where that whole thing comes from. You might remember that they also did that in Fallout, where he literally
Yeah,
steals your
that's
Sweet
fun.
Roll. It all begins in Arena, where one of the questions is about someone stealing your Sweet Roll, and obviously that's kind of become a meme over time. But that's where it
Yeah,
begins.
I thought when the one guard asks you if someone stole your Sweet Roll in Skyrim, I thought that was a Fallout reference because that's the only other.
Yep, turns out that it began with Arena. Let me see if I can.
I should have taken that quiz. I don't want to restart my playthrough, but now I'm sad I didn't take the quiz.
I mean, I could ask you the questions.
Is that like to determine your stats or something? Because I don't know.
I don't really all know how the class thingy works. I would assume it just has some kind of weird outcome, like where it's like, I'm trying to read the chat. What
Sorry.
are they saying?
Because you said, can you just play auto or not? And I just used the preset voice command to say, no, I'm sorry.
No.
Anyway, thanks. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, he just wanted to be nanoed so he can play.
Damn. They got Shion? On run down. I had to reload. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna punch her.
Does not like me.
I mean, support. That Mercy's really keeping him alive, but we don't have anyone to go for that Mercy, right? No sharpshooters. So this is gonna be really, really rough, because that Mercy really has no natural predator right now. She's gonna be doing whatever she feels like. Oh! Yeah! And then
Yeah, he's been trying to do that this long.
plume of dust. I shouldn't have looked down. I wouldn't have fallen.
I think I tried to res that. Oh, she could.
A hero that can res after environmental kills. The closest we're gonna get to that is Cat, which can just grab people. On round low again? On round down? God. Okay, I'm gonna give... Oh! Thank you, Genji!
Somehow I didn't notice the tiger roars when she entered.
Yeah! Never really thought about it though, but...
Never really heard
Or
of it.
have I? Okay, fine. Tree's out. We'll make them regret that.
Oh, they res.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Tree die! Tree die! Tree die! Die tree! Come on! Microwave! There we go!
Wow. I was gonna say that would have been good as a blade, but we don't even need blade.
No! Just need me. I just make sure that I'm at a pretty high percentage. I'm in the top percentage of Zarya's. Do you know what I'm saying? Ugh. Ugh. What the? I'm not looking forward to the UESP stream tomorrow or today. I thought about skipping it. I could, no one would notice. It's like, it's gonna have to happen at some point. I mean, sometimes they can act like I know everything. It's like I know, like, I mean, no one knows anything. I don't want to get deep here, but... What we do know though is that I think a lot of these layouts are finalized, I think, in September, but they go into effect now. I don't know, business. It's weird business shit. So it's basically like immediate, I guess. But so a lot of people were just kind of like, well, what is that? Give us someone actually ran a. There we go. Someone ran. Whoa, wait, why are we doing that? Someone ran the numbers and they found that Zos was left with about 200 people on their team, going from like 400 something to 200. Yeah. Which is very, very rough. But some people were trying to be positive by saying, well, look at the numbers here. And I know this doesn't instill a lot of confidence in me, but they were like, Final Fantasy 11 is still going and it's run by like 10 people. And Lord of the Rings Online is still going and it's run by around 50. But I'm thinking, but those are definitely like, those aren't even third tier MMOs at this point. In terms of like, you know.
11's, yeah.
Yeah.
With the life support.
So
I think they add some like weapons or something very rarely, but it's mostly just keeping us there.
Yeah. So.
I mean, they're gonna shut them down until they. It's all player numbers, and we're like, oh, we can't shut them down.
Help me out here, please. Thank you. Okay, you got the grab on me. People are saying, obviously, I don't expect them to stay at 200. I expect them to probably rehire a bunch, but they're probably going to be at 200 right now. And rehiring is going to take time. I literally don't expect pretty much anything from them anytime soon. But, I don't know. I like the examples they gave is like, yeah, these things are still running, but they're like barely running. Like, sure, they have some stuff going on, but yeah. And then a lot of people have been saying that people are saying, oh, Zos should just leave and be their own company, and it's like, I don't know how many bad takes I can take. That's not how any of this works. Bethesda is owned by Microsoft. They can't just leave like that. That's not going to happen. Bethesda would not allow that to happen. Whoa! And even if that did happen, how does that really help anything? You're still down, like, all those people, and now you don't have any funding, you know? This is the only thing they have right now is funding.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that would help is, like, future layoffs. They could
it really, yeah, it would help.
But that's just a preventative measure.
It would, yeah. I mean, but here's the thing, though, is that, what the layoffs that hit everybody, and I don't know, like, we did get a few last year, like, they had to cut Blackbird because of the layoffs, but, yes, good times. That play was, I felt so relentless. They lost, like, some people when they did the layoffs for Blackbird, which was their whole project they were working on for about 8 years. And then they moved those people to ESO, and then a lot of them they promptly just got rid of with these layoffs. So that it's been a year since then. So yeah, you really just don't know if you're gonna get a wave of layoffs the next year. But and they're unionized, by the way. They're unionized. It's not gonna help you, but you're unionized, I guess. So I think all Zos can do right now is just use the money that they have. I want them to like take anyone that's been around for a while that does stuff that we're familiar with and elevate them to higher positions. I think it would help a lot with player confidence, because they could say, well, here's Tom, you don't know him, but he worked on, you know, Blackwood back in 2021, you know, and he's done, like, zone design. I think they need to do that, because right now, no one's got any confidence. But I don't even know if this mythical Tom is even there. I don't know what they have.
The perfect
It could be that the only people they have left is the salespeople, the translation people. That could be, like, it.
Follow my lead, dears. The punishment for defiance is quite severe.
I don't know if they preserve the cosmetics team, like the people who do crown stuff, the people who do tomes. If those people probably weren't really touched, then I think it's pretty clear that making all content in ESO free from now on was probably a very bad decision. Because Microsoft is like, if you're making free content, what are we paying you for? Because you're not always going to be doing that. Like, we're basically paying people to make content that no one's going to be paying for, when the real money comes from the battle passes. Now, those people we want to keep. That's where the money comes from. Now, you could make the argument that releasing trials and dungeons and that kind of stuff boosts player numbers or whatever, but I feel like Microsoft is like, that's a risk we're going to take. We'll take that. If the player number starts going down, maybe they'll do something about it, but they're like, we'll call your bluff. Because they got rid of everyone who was making everything good. And that's because it's like, all that good stuff was going to be free. I feel like they probably should not have made that choice. But, what do I know? Because they got rid of... ah, damn it. My bad. I mean, like, Steve just left the show. People don't know what to think about Joe. And that's the phase that we're in right now. No one really has the faith. And I'll be honest, I'm those people, because it's like, you really just don't know. Like making... Hold on, can I... Ah, God, I was so close to actually pulling that off. Thank you, thank you. What's that? Coalescence felt like it wasn't really doing anything. I feel like ESO's got a formula, and if certain people can't actually understand the formula and replicate the formula, then it's gonna suffer. But if they use employees, if they hire employees that have been around a while, then they probably understand the general formula. And I would trust those people more. God damn it. Thank you. They released Season 1 right after all this happened, like the day after. Which was very rough, because it's you know, basically like, here's all the stuff that people were working on that, you know, don't work here anymore. So they did that, and then today started ESO Tavern, which is essentially their main ESO convention that occurs in Germany, where fans get to hang out with the devs. Literally the worst possible timing. Like, all of the devs I saw on the roster are gone. And
They still have the event. I feel
no,
like.
well, I mean, they still have the
I don't
event, but I don't know who's there. I knew of one person that's still there, But it's like I just can't imagine what it's like. That's huge. Just I mean, at least it was a good
It always
position.
looks like it's gonna be.
It's because they all take the side. They all take the side alleys.
Get back up to that.
Oh!
Hey, there were so many kills, my game froze for like
Oh,
2
geez.
frames. When we died, we all slammed the ground. The game like froze on that frame for a second.
A problem with the method.
So yeah, they are having it. I can't imagine being a dev there because those devs are, you know,
Yeah, the vibes are probably.
the vibes are
positive.
probably so bad. But also, it's like, can you imagine all the questions that they're being asked? Also, because it's like,
Yeah.
what's going on? What do we know? What do we know? You know, it must just be horrible. Okay, good stuff. I mean, I don't know. I haven't gone on Twitter to see, but
High time for a change. Light interferes. Crafting a barrier.
and a lot of the general idea from so many people instinctively is to like cancel their subs because either they feel like ESO is going to be going downhill, so they don't want to pay for it anymore, which is fair, or they're canceling their subs to boycott. And there have been, you know, statements from. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I wasn't even thinking. That was such a new move right there for me. People have been saying, like, you know, if you boycott, you're gonna be hurting us before you hurt Microsoft, you know, because it's like if you're not supporting the game, then the game's gonna go. We're gonna lose our jobs. And it's like, yeah, you'll hurt Microsoft, but let's be honest. What like they're not gonna notice. If you think it's gonna make any kind of difference, you're just hurting small devs. Oh my god. Really? Really? Okay. I guess
Sounds like them.
yeah, this just was not our. I pushed him on back on the point.
Oh, what? I'm right here.
Ah, damn. Okay. Well.
That's weird.
You're attacking his own team, though.
We have a consensus.
Alright, we'll do one or two more.
The software got hit pretty hard too.
Yeah. So many people got hit hard. I don't know
They're
why.
saying their studio got sent back to the same size it was when they made Doom 2016, so like sent back 10 years.
Welcome to reality.
Yep. There was someone someone who's a name in the ESO community, like a decent one, like you know, think of a popular like Final Fantasy streamer. And this popular ESO streamer had the opinion that these layouts were justified, and he just straight up said it. And he didn't even say like, I feel sorry for people, but he just kind of said, nah, this is justified. And his reasoning was, I warned them the game was going downhill, but they didn't listen to me. Like, he's acting like he was some kind of like prophet, where
I could have saved them.
you know, like he's like I tried to warn them, and like it's when he doesn't realize that this was just like a mass carpet bombing layoff. It's like, dude, read the news. Like this is hitting everyone under the umbrella, you know. Like what did they do? Did the people at id Software not listen to you too? Huh? Like, get over yourself. And also, not only that, but the game was doing better in the past year or so than it has been doing in many years, according to most people, and I have to agree, even though I was lamenting the loss of chapter expansions. I can't lie and say that ESO wasn't doing better in terms of player count. It was doing way better. This has nothing to do with anything except for probably Microsoft seeing the veteran devs and saying, hey, we are actually paying, like, we're paying you a very, very high salary because you've been here for around 15 to 20 years, and we need to replace you with someone that we can pay significantly less. Because, you know, once you're around for so long, you kind of acquire all that. And they're a major company. They don't care about you, so they just get rid of you. Now, they wouldn't do it for their CEO, because their CEOs are special. But if you're a little dev that they pay... So that's why, I mean, like, every veteran name I knew, like, absolutely legendary lore writers, you know, people who, like, Finn made every dungeon, trial, arena in the game. Every single one. I mean, he wasn't like, you know, not by himself, but he's the lead, and he worked on them. And it's like, it's gonna be rough. I think the only reason I'm not completely losing my mind in terms of where the game is going to be going is that they did hold on to the lore master, which is good, because.
Oh my god.
Because if they got rid of the lore master, then I would be very worried about who the next lore master would be. Like, oh, we're just gonna put Gary in this spot and hope that he knows what he's doing. I feel like they've been pretty good. I feel like Zenki's been the lore master for I think 3 or 4 years. Oh, Tracer, and I've been pretty pleased with how he's doing.
Oh.
Hi, Annie. Surprised I'm not playing the new Power World update. Wait, what? Me? Wait, are you in the right stream? I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I am not a Power World fan. Not really. They don't have an on it. No, they don't. Okay. Incoming? Crap, he hit the payload. Whatever. Doing good, doing okay. No, that could have been play. Shit. That could be good, but shit, no, god damn it. The thing I never get used to about perks. What?
I thought you were Sigma this whole time.
Were you thinking that I was doing good or bad? You're like, this guy, this Sigma sucks. It must be Kyle.
No, you got hooked off. Well, you weren't the Sigma. The Sigma got hooked off the bridge, and then instead of falling into the water, he ulted, so he flew off. He just like,
yeah, I've done that.
You were about to touch the water, he just flew up.
It is true. I've done that. That's something that I would do.
And you didn't react at all. And I said, "Oh, you saved yourself." And you just keep walking, and I was like, "I guess you're just that nonchalant about it."
Well, I tend to be kind of nonchalant about doing badass things. Because if you play it up, then it's not badass anymore. Someone's got touch. Someone's got touch. It's okay. It's okay. We don't. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, that's a good spacing
put
ult.
the tree out first, though.
It's a good spacing ult, though. Oh, damn.
Like on the tank, but no one here.
How'd you do with Arena's combat, by the way?
I've only fought some goblins and mice, but I just kind of swing my sword around.
Because
that one on fire.
I mean, like Arena and Daggerfall's not as bad as Morrowind when you start out in terms of combat, but it can
I
be
had to look
pretty
up how
rough.
to do it. I didn't know how to swing my sword. I died at first.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
was
swing your
holding my-
mouse.
I was just like holding the axe. Like, how do I attack? I was doing
How
left
do I
click,
hit
it
you?
doesn't
You
have
don't.
manual or something, so I had to look at them.
Well, look at me in the center. I got main character energy.
Play of the game.
I was struggling for so long because I couldn't figure out how to heal. That was my main problem.
Ah.
Oh, it's me. Why is it just me?
Yeah, I don't remember much about
You kind of have
playing
to.
Arena.
It's interesting how many mechanics have like stuck around for the entire franchise because I'm dislike me.
I'm just like me, so 2016.
That's what I thought too.
So you mean like stamina, magicka?
like the resting system where you just kind of like pick how long you want to rest and you just stand there for like however many hours.
Yep.
That's how you heal, I guess. You have to be in a safe spot. It's like Minecraft where I keep trying to do it. It's like, oh, you can't. There's monsters nearby. You have to like get into like a safe little area and then just rest there, and your health goes back up. But I couldn't figure that out for a long time, so I just kept dying because it was like.
Yeah. In Morrowind, like, if you have like a healing spell, I mean, I'm sure you can do this. You can do this in like all the games, but when I'm playing Morrowind, I have a healing spell, and I chose the Star Sign of the Atronach, and that prevents. I forget what benefit it gives me, but the con is that it prevents my magicka from slowly refilling, and so I don't refill any magicka. Like, I have to take potions, I have to sleep. So whenever I want to heal, I either go to sleep and refill my health, or whatnot. Or maybe I could like absorb magicka and like refill my magicka that way. But it's such a pain.
Did you know that when you picked it?
I didn't. I think I chose Atronach for some other reason, and then I realized, wait, why isn't my magicka not going up? But that being said, it gets better as you play, even if you have that handicap. And when I was playing Morrowind on stream on Sunday, I think it was, and I got past a portion I had been stuck on for maybe a year. I do not want to admit how long it was, but I had been stuck on that for ages, and I got past it, and I was losing my mind. So that's pretty exciting. I eagerly think that you should play Morrowind. It's definitely better than Arena and Daggerfall. The map is smaller, but obviously it has so much stuff to do that you won't notice. But if you give Daggerfall a try, you'll see it as like a little bit more of a polished off Arena. There's like, I think, probably dialogue improvements. I think the UI is better.
The dialogue in Arena is crazy because I'm used to like a few little things you could ask someone. You get like a few dialogue options. There's like a whole extremely long list of questions.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it's the same way in Daggerfall.
I guess a lot of people probably give the same. There's probably a limited amount of like answers. But there's so many different questions I could ask. I was like, I'm overwhelmed by these questions. I'll just ask this guy where the inn is, and then so I click that, and it pulls up a list of like 20 inns. And it's like, which one do you want to ask him the location of? And I'm like, what the heck?
Yep.
But he marked it on my map. He was like, here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Sometimes the dialogue algorithm can make them say things in funny ways because it's like not perfect, but it's pretty great for its time. That was 1994, so
Yeah.
Do you also choose like how you say things to people in Arena, or is that Daggerfall only?
How you say things?
Yeah, because like in Daggerfall,
I don't
you
think so.
can say things to people. You get 3 choices. You get like polite or blunt or normal. So if you like talk to like a fancy person too bluntly, they're gonna be like, "Don't talk to me that way." So you have to like ask them politely certain things. It's interesting. I think you should give Daggerfall a try. You'll find it similar, but I think better than Arena. And Morrowind is just obviously better than both of them because it's more of like a look around 3D environment. But you are it's kind of slow. You know, you do move a bit slow, and you will hate cliff racers. They are everywhere, and they're such a pain. Because Morrowind's combat is just like with the other games, it's RNG based, so you'll be swinging at an enemy for like 5 minutes. It's like, I'm not hitting him! But as you progress through the game, you get better weapons and stuff like that. You'll find yourself actually hitting your targets, and I don't really worry too much about that anymore. Lastly, if you are going to play Morrowind, something that I wish I knew from the very beginning is that your stamina is like the most important thing ever. Like, even if you're going for a Magicka build, you want to make sure that you, like, the amount of stamina you have determines the likelihood that you're going to actually be able to do something. So if you're casting a spell and your stamina is like at 0 or at a third, you have a higher chance of failing that spell. If your Magicka, if your stamina is all the way up, you have a higher chance of actually passing the spell. I guess it's just kind of your, like, likelihood of being able to do something. And once I realized that, when someone told me, I was like, oh, this is so much easier. So, even if you're not going for a stamina build, it's just important to know. Got, like, motorcyclist Winston. He's got, like, constellation engravings. He looks like the engravings that Rocky has on. Alright, well, I will probably I'll do some ESO stuffs. And prepare for tomorrow. I guess I'll be streaming from 4 to 5, and then we're probably going to be eating at 5 or 5:30. But man,
You streamed till 6, but I was not sure.
I'm going to try to do 5 from now on, because if I do 5 and we finish dinner early, then we can play longer. And I don't always... It's every other week, right? So, like, every other week I can sleep in. And obviously on Sundays I can sleep in. So I guess I don't really mind. On UESP, though, I'm going to try to start at 4. But today I'm very, very nervous about it. And, because I'm not really nervous that people are going to be like, oh, answer this question, or whatever. I'm mostly nervous that people are going to be just a bunch of doomers in the chat, because it's like, I can't say you're wrong. You're not necessarily wrong, because no one knows whether you're right or you're wrong, and you're entitled to your opinion. But some people, it's kind of hard to let some people be entitled to their opinion when they're they're not entirely knowledgeable about all the stuff that they're talking about. You know, like people saying, just like someone was saying, I can't believe ESO will now charge you for DLCs and also have a sub and in an in-game store. It's like, that's not even true. They don't charge you for DLCs. I mean, they charge you for DLCs like old ones, but if you have the sub, then that doesn't even matter anymore. Like, you're not paying for any new content. So they were wrong about that. And if someone comes into my chat and starts talking like that, it's like I have to correct them because I'm the information guy, and I don't want to have to get into conflicts with people. But I feel like people are owed I feel like if I don't stream, then it kind of is like a coward's way out. You know? Not that they're all waiting for it. Oh, I want to see what he has to say. Because I don't know. I mean, sometimes I can come off as too hopeful. Because ESO is a cash cow. I was playing the game at 2 a.m. on a weekday, and it was crowded like the night market on a weekend. And I'm like, all these people, they're buying subs, they're buying season passes that just came out, they're buying crowns. It's got a healthy environment. So, I mean, maybe you can make an argument and say that it's going to start dipping, but that all depends on the content outflow. I just worry that Microsoft thinks that the game can be sustained via events and then call it a day. I don't really think that's going to work. Overwatch tried doing that for a couple years, and it was pretty rough, but they did survive. I don't know. But the news has just gotten worse and worse and worse all week. Like every day, just like a new name, and I don't know. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for like the new developers to kind of rise up to the surface, and people are gonna react to them like a, you know, they're gonna be like, I don't know you. You're not my dad. It just kind of feels like the vibe that it's going to be at first. So I feel for them. That is, if they even fill in these positions, they might just consider those positions obsolete. You know, zone lead might not even be a position anymore. It might be merged with another position, or it might not exist at all. I don't know. These are things I'm going to probably have to talk about after I swap games. Alright, I'll see you later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Night. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not a Pal World person. I'm a Pokemon person, but I don't like Pal World. Personally. I just, literally, I don't know. It's just kind of funny that you would mention that, because I'm just like probably the last person on Earth that you would find playing it. I was playing a new game that I hadn't streamed before. I was playing some Spyro on last Saturday. I've played the first Spyro game, but I don't think I'd streamed it before. No, in fact, I know for a fact I hadn't streamed it before. And that was really fun. I like the Reignited trilogy is like top tier. They went hard on that. I played the original Spyro on an emulator like over a decade ago. I wasn't raised on it. I didn't have a PS1, but yeah. So I decided to play Spyro because I was like, it's kind of weird if I don't play Spyro. It's like people who get on me because I still haven't seen Twister before. It's true. It's like you expect me to have seen it, but so I got around to playing Spyro, and I thought it was pretty good. I have nightmares of treetops to this day, and so I'm very scared to start playing that level, but thank you for the pets. But I wonder if my frames are going to be bad today. They probably will. My PC's been slow. I probably won't be on that long. So let's just let's do a recap of ESO's situation right now. By far the most dire situation that it's ever been in. I think the worst moments for ESO were definitely the lukewarm release that it had back in 2014. It was running off I think a mandatory sub, and zones, like alliances were zone locked. You couldn't just like go to any alliance zone until you like finished the main quest. It was very restrictive. People had a lot of problems with it, and so they had to kind of reassess how they went about it, and it was a very hard time for the team, but they pulled through. You know, they stuck to their guns and absolutely delivered. That was pretty rough, and then update 35 was a rough time. This was when I had been playing at this point. It was the summer of 2022. So this was like, I think this was the dungeon update, quarter 3. So I would assume it was probably around this time, 4 years ago. Update 35 was an update where the devs were attempting, as far as I know, to there was a technique utilized in endgame raiding, and I think it's probably still used, I don't know, but this was called weaving, and weaving was essentially animation canceling. So you would be able to do a lot of DPS if you were canceling your animations, so you weren't wasting time on the animations and just doing the damage, right? So this was allowing you to basically be way more powerful, and that was essentially seen by the devs as not really fair, because a lot of players couldn't actually pull that off. A lot of players didn't have the physical capability to do weaving because, like, you know, maybe their gear wasn't good enough, or their it was just, you know, it was kind of an accessibility issue. And so, you know, it was like, do you build the game around people being able to weave, or do you get rid of weaving in period? And the team tried to tackle that whole issue and ended up basically like unsettling everything. You know, it was like an earthquake. Everything just kind of like, they messed with one thing and messed with the other things. They had to balance everything out, and it was chaos. A lot of people left the game. Entire guilds dissolved. It was rough. I wasn't really in the middle of all that because I'm not an end gamer. I don't really care. But even I noticed a little bit of effect on my healing when I was doing like Unhallowed Grave. I was like, why is this so hard to heal? I feel like it's a little bit tougher, and I'm pretty sure it was because of that update. Eventually, things kind of settled down more, and that wasn't so much of a problem. But at the time, people were just leaving in droves. Hold on. So that was another rough time that they had to deal with, but they managed to do it. I would like to say that ESO's been through rough times before, and then they just kind of, they rise to the challenge and they beat it, because they have a lot. But that team is gone. You know, I can't. It doesn't make any sense to fall back onto that logic. It doesn't. I mean, it's just kind of like those people aren't there anymore. So now we're kind of in no man's land. We don't really know how rough it's going to be. I think that this came at a very sad time because things were definitely looking up. I mean, at the moment, it's still pretty good because there's a new season, right? The new season means everyone's playing, and but how do you keep that up? Because ESO wants to tackle the issue of consistent player numbers, I think. I mean, that's just, you know, any live service game wants to. You toss events at people, you toss deals at people. I mean, look at all the golden pursuits that we're getting and the events and everything. They really want a consistent player base. They were very vocal about the issue of chapters. And the issue with releasing one big expansion, they said, was that people would log in, complete the expansion in like a day, and then log out, and they wouldn't log in again for, you know, until the next quarter or even the next year, you know? Because they would have done the content. So they thought, well, it would be in everyone's best interest if we just stopped releasing things in a single burst every year and instead started to divvy it up over time. If you divvy it up over time, then you not only have people tuning in to the game more consistently instead of one time a year, but you also open your schedule up to having more flexibility. So if the player base says, hey, could you do something about this thing that you added? There's a problem with it. They can say, oh yeah, don't worry. We're more flexible because we've got more space now to move around and fix these things. This is what Seasons was, and we just finished our first season, Season 0, and we just started our second, which is Season 1. So far, Seasons have been a total smash. Like, do people still say that? Smash? I mean, it's been doing really, really well. I've been seeing more people logging in, people coming back. Especially after like the werewolf update. The werewolf update was like the werewolves came with update 50, right? Which also brought combat difficulty. Which combat difficulty was one of the best things that ESO's ever done, if you ask me. It's like it's just amazing because it really just transforms how you play the game. No longer are quests complete pushovers. Now you can make them actually kind of pretty hard, and so you can feel more like you're dealing with higher stakes, and you get better rewards for it too. So combat difficulty came, the werewolf update came, and the werewolf update was so like incredible that it breached ESO circles. Everyone was talking about the werewolf outside of ESO circles. People were like, where's this from? I want to play this. It was a golden time, and it was fucking like, it was yesterday. Basically, I mean, it was a week ago, or, you know, more like, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But it was, you know, in terms of ESO's life, it was yesterday. And then they just got rid of everybody. Anyone that says that it was due to, like, the devs doing a bad job or whatever needs to get their fucking, like, vision checked. Because it's nonsense. especially when you look around and see like every other development studio was affected in some capacity. It was more like they literally probably just looked at the finances and said, "Fuck it, get rid of the positions that are maybe doing less than they used to, and or they receive more pay than if someone had just ascended to that position." And I understand the decision from like a cold-hearted optimization standpoint, because I mean that's what these like CEOs do. The suits, they're optimizing, you know, just like how you optimize anything. You're like, okay, well, why am I doing this when this is technically better? You know, like why am I sticking with something that gives me 2 when I could get something that gives me 3? And now maybe getting the thing that gives me 3 crushes the souls of everyone around me, but I get a 3 instead of a 2, you know? And so they choose that. I literally don't think it was I don't think it would have killed them to be a lot more rational about these layoffs. But, you know, they didn't get where they are being moral people. You gotta be greedy to be a suit. I can't say any of this stuff on the USP stream, so let me say it now. You know? I just can't, like, it's just not gonna work if I... This is not professional. I'm trying to be professional, you know? So I have to vent here. Like, I don't know how many people are still on the team that have brought certain things to the game. I just don't know, like, who's, you know, who's written what, who modeled what, or whatever, but, I hope they still have a team that can really pull off what makes ESO good. Literally, at this point, I will, if they spend another year and we don't get Winterhold or Skyrim or whatever zone it is for another year, you know, like I'll deal with that. I'll deal with that. But I think it's very likely. I think we need to prepare for the very real result that we will not be getting that zone at all. Now, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I just think that we should ready ourselves for the possibility that that's probably very far away or gone. So, hi, Leaf. Honestly, I'm not 100% today, Leaf. So, you might, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know everything. Hi, Darklight. Did I say hi, Darklight? I don't know. Like I said, not 100%. What time period is Apatosaurus from? The Merithic era. I know my stuff. When I made a post on Facebook the other day talking about the importance of supporting ZOS. If you want to support ESO, you'll continue playing the game as you always have. If you don't want to, that's up to you. But I was just saying, if you want to support ZOS, then that's the best way to do it. But a lot of people are saying, you know, it's more important to them to hurt Microsoft than help ZOS. And they're very angry, and I was angry too. I thought about canceling my sub on Monday, but when you think about it, it just doesn't really help. I understand speaking with your wallet, but honestly, in this cutthroat market, Microsoft would just probably do away with ZOS and ESO if it lost enough value. I get that you want to hurt the CEOs, but I think that we all need to realize that you can't hurt the CEOs. You just can't. All you can do is survive them. And I know it's not a very inspiring message, but we can't. I mean, like, look around. No one heard the Twitch guy on the USB? Yes. Wait. I mean, I'm the USB guy on Twitch. So I bet you're thinking, wow, this guy's such a loser. He's saying, give in to the CEOs. What I'm saying is, the CEOs pay ZOS, and they're very, very real developers with real families, real people who aren't greedy. They're just trying to make a game that people love. Those people are being paid by the higher ups, and it's just a fact that if we don't support the game, those higher ups are going to cut it. You know, that's just the truth. Like, you can punch the wall. I don't know, do whatever. And you can say that sucks, but it's just the truth. So, and it's like, if you don't want to support ESO, that's fine. I'm just saying that is what will happen. I'm not saying that you need to, because a lot of people can't afford to. Like, some people are saying, I can't afford to buy ESO Plus. It's like, no, I'm not saying that you should buy ESO Plus. I'm not saying that you should buy a pass. I'm not saying that you should buy crowns. I'm just saying, just be normal. That's what I'm saying. Just be normal. Play as normal. If you had a pass, and if you had ESO Plus and you want to keep those, then just keep having them. You know, just experience everything like you would anyway, because that's the best way to support the game. I'm not saying to be like a whale, you know, and buy everything in the game. I'm just saying, if you wanted to buy the pass, and buy the pass. You know, the game is still here, the devs are still here, and as much as I wish justice could be done, none of us can mite out the justice. It just doesn't work. Literally, like, even in the realm of democracy, it doesn't work very often. And this isn't even the realm of democracy, you know? And it sucks. It does. The best thing you do right now is support ESO and vote with your wallet on Microsoft projects. Yeah, I mean, if you, like... I mean, but technically you'd be hurting the developers of those projects too. Because here's the thing, CEOs, you know, they essentially are, you know, holding the developers of these projects in front of them like a meat shield. You know, you end up hitting them before you hit the CEOs, before you hit the higher ups. And it's like, I don't know. The boycotts do work. I've seen them work. You know, like, I remember Spotify. It worked with Spotify and all that stuff. But the thing is, though, is like, you would have to make Microsoft lose more money than they felt like they were losing before they like distributed the layoffs. Like, they're just gonna watch the numbers, because they only speak in numbers. Like politics, finances, they only speak in numbers. There no morals. Never morals. It's always numbers. So, you basically, if there's a boycott, the boycott, like the amount of money lost from said boycott would have to outweigh the amount of pay they're paying, like, the employees consistently. And then they would also have to like think to themselves, they'd be like, well, how long do you think people can boycott? It's like, if you think the boycott's going to be dropped in like 3 months, then we could probably survive off 3 months of people not funding our Microsoft projects. But if we lay off the employees, we don't have to pay them like at least we don't have to pay them the high salaries. So technically, it's a net loss if you keep the employees around, because that's like an infinite. That's like a unknowable amount of time. And a boycott, they'd probably say, hey, that's probably going to last a few months. There's no way people can keep it up. And they'd probably just wait it out, to be honest. Support the people who got laid off? Definitely. Yeah. I mean, they've got a hell of a resume. I mean, I think it's good that they, like ESO was doing well at this time, because if ESO was doing bad and they got laid off by sheer coincidence, because again, it wasn't because of what kind of job they were doing, but if ESO was doing poorly upon the layoff, then that probably wouldn't look good on their resume. I don't know, but I definitely think it was a high note. That's what makes us so gutting. That's what makes the whole thing so gutting, is because this was a high note. Like, ESO was doing well. Challenge difficulty, Werewolf, seasons were doing well. They had announced a new zone the next year. It was looking fine. It was just like there was a time bomb ticking in the background, and so some people saw it. I didn't see it. I don't know, but some people saw it. Personally, I'm not a genius, unless, I mean, like, on occasion, sometimes I have my moments when it comes to lore. But in terms of finances and game industry, I'm not a genius at all. But I can't help but notice that I feel like a lot of the people who were laid off were people who were working on content that would have been released free with ESO. I feel like maybe if Microsoft was evaluating things, they probably might have realized that paying people who were making sporadic content that would be released to no financial gain except for potential player numbers was not something that they thought was worth paying for. So it's like, Jim works on the dungeons, but dungeons no longer have a quarterly release because that was just gotten rid of. There's no more quarterly or assured release dungeons or zones. And so it's like, that position, we're paying it more than the usual position because, that person might have been around for a while. And then they're like, that's just a net loss because your output does not equal how much we're paying you. But also, I don't know how it works. Like, for example, I don't know how much Finn got for, because, he worked on things like Dungeons, Trials, Arenas, the Night Market. So it's like, was he always working on something? Was he working on less at this time and Microsoft thought it wasn't worth it? I don't know. I don't have those numbers. I won't act like I do have the numbers. But if I was Microsoft, and that was the case where, because of the reduced content output, they were like, this isn't worth paying you for. If I was a suit, that's what I would do. If I was a cold-hearted, financial optimizer. I mean, we weren't getting assured zones a year. This year is the first year without a zone in, I don't even know how long, like well over 10 years, right? I think it's probably like 10 years. So, without the acknowledged, like, assured updates, I don't know. I don't know, like, what some of these positions did behind the scenes. For example, it's like, if Finn was working on Trials, I don't know, like, if he wasn't working on a trial, was he technically working on something else always? I don't know. But I can't help but notice that this happens around the time of no longer having a committed release schedule. But also, again, this was during a carpet bombing layoff, where it's like, it feels like, you know, everyone was hit. So it might have been just kind of reaching into the files and seeing how much people were being paid and saying, get rid of all of them, they're too expensive. That just might have been it. But I talked a lot on Tuesday about how incredible of a job they've done. Both those who have left and those who are still there. I just think it's worth mentioning because a lot of people who have been working on the game for a very long time, for example, Rich Lambert was the creative director for ZOS. He was like very, very high up position. Rich Lambert worked on Oblivion, guys. He went from Oblivion to ESO because ESO's development time started not too long after Oblivion. You know, 20 years ago. So ZOS, ESO as a project kind of started its inception around then, and he was on board. He had been there, you know, since the beginning. I mean, Gina was there for around 19 years. And so a lot of them, they played a lot of very big roles with you know, so much legendary content that we've got. Ed Stark worked on like every chapter. He worked on I think a couple, like a base game zone or two, but when it came to like chapter zones, he worked on like all of them. I think Solstice as well. And so as someone that loves zones, it's a really, really big deal. So I've been talking a lot about like the amazing feats of this team and how it's not easy to make an Elder Scrolls MMO, you know. When there were a lot of people who just felt like they couldn't do it, a lot of people who felt like that just wouldn't work, and I was one of them back in the day. I just didn't like the idea of it. I thought that it sounded like a cash grab without a lot of like care put into it. And yeah, I mean, there's, you know, it's got a store, it's got its crates. But as an Elder Scrolls fan, there is so much care put into this game in like every corner. Like, I talked a lot on Tuesday about how I felt it was really interesting they made their first chapter Morrowind back in 2017. Because, I mean, this was a year before I even started playing, but Morrowind is a big deal. It's a very, very famous game with a lot of very, very critical fans, and I would think that maybe they would be a little bit too nervous about tackling something so important. It was 15 years old at that point. But they decided no, they were actually just gonna straight up do Vardenfell as a chapter DLC. They were gonna tackle it, and it's one of their best zones. It's my first zone that I ever played on, and there's just so much care put into it. You know? Something that I always liked about ZOS was how bold they were. Or I guess are, you know. It's how bold they are. Because again, we still have people left. But something that ESO's done since the beginning is take risks in terms of like doing things that are appropriate for the IP, not just because people are going to like it and people are going to go, oh, I know what this is, you know? They didn't let themselves become nostalgia blind, despite, yes, Morrowind was their first chapter, but after Morrowind they did Somerset, you know, and they did Murkmire as a zone DLC. They didn't allow themselves to just kind of fall into, oh, let's do Skyrim and Morrowind and, you know, Oblivion stuff. They knew when to tackle something more exotic and diverse and bring people's eyes all over to different corners of the franchise that they might not have really been accustomed to looking at before. Before ESO really delved into Argonians, you would see a lot of fan art of Argonians, but they would always be wearing Skyrim clothes. Everyone would always draw their Argonians wearing, you know, Nordic outfits and whatnot. But as ESO went on, I noticed that more and more people started to see Argonians as their own culture, you know, with their own, like, motifs, and, like, you'll have pictures of them in Zanmir's. I mean, ZOS has done so much to show everyone, every corner of the franchise, and so well. Even to this day, with this new season, with the Nowhere Vault and all that stuff, I haven't even gotten any. I don't know anything about that, really. I just know about the fact that they have the Nowhere Vault and the keys, and that it has something to do with Sage Vornay. And the thing about him is that he's a legendary character, but he's like mentioned very, very rarely. Like, kind of, there's probably like what 2 or 3 references to this guy in like history. I don't even know if I'm saying his name correctly because I've never really heard it in lore. So he's this ancient Breton sage, like probably even like maybe a proto-Breton, and he was so talented and such a big deal. He had met with Ikesis on at Artaeum at one point because he was just that skilled. But like, no one really talks about him much. But ZOS did what ZOS always does. They reach deep into the lore and find something that no one really talks about, and they go, you know what? We're gonna explain this. We're gonna delve a bit more deep into this and show you more about this thing. It's kind of like a Glup Shido effect, you know. It's like, oh my god, this is, you know, like, I didn't know they were going to talk about this. I felt that way in early 2022 when they announced High Isle, and they were talking about the origins of the Bretons and how they're going to delve into that, and I was like, are they literally, like, legit going to go into the Druids of Galen? Because we don't know anything about the Druids of Galen except for their name. Back in 1994, that was all we really knew. And then they were like, yep, we're tackling the Druids of Galen, and I was like, you people are crazy. I love it, you know. Like, who's gonna know what the Druids of Galen are? It's people who played Arena in 1994. So they take these concepts and they polish them off, and they say, we're actually going to explain this to you. We're going to make it into modern concepts and really, you know, expand on the world of the Elder Scrolls. That is something that ZOS has always done very well, literally since ESO's beginning, and they're still doing it. This guy looks awesome. What the heck? This guy looks so cool. Honestly, it's kind of scary. Why are you getting in my personal space? So, that's a pretty cool look. So yeah, I don't know. It's something that I'm just worried that Zasa's gonna lose because I don't know really like what the driving force behind that was. It's the whole thing of like I don't know what like where driving forces were lost. I don't know if they're gonna continue to do things the way they used to, and is kind of a little bit nerve wracking. At first, the anxiety was I don't know if they can deliver zones like they used to deliver zones, and now it's I don't know if they can do anything, and I think that's kind of the feeling that a lot of us have. Why are you staring at me? He's so creepy. He's so creepy. Oh, he's moving. Okay. No, he's back at me. Is he? Oh, is he reading this book or is he? He's I'm not moving like at all because I don't want him to know that I'm not AFK. Sometimes people do this and they say hi, I recognize you from Twitter, and I'm like hi, but he's not saying anything. I don't know, maybe he thinks I'm away because I'm trying to pretend to be AFK. Oh, he's leaving. He's showing off. He's hugging me. I would prefer you ask consent first, thank you. It's like VR chatters. People in VR chat don't really seem to ask for consent before getting all up in your business, and it always puts me off. Anyway, so I'm not saying that we live in a world where Zaz won't be doing that anymore. I'm just taking my time to explain how proud I am of this company that made this stuff. Because so many of them that contributed to this amazing stuff are gone now. And this is probably all I'm going to be doing today. I'm probably not going to be streaming for too much longer. By that I mean tonight. I'm going to be doing the UESP stream in about 14 hours. So I guess if you guys want to tune into that, because I'll probably just be chilling. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing much. I'll be showing off some new stuff, I guess. And then after that, I'm going to have my own stream, probably around 7. No, maybe. Yeah, it'll probably be like 7 p.m. Central Time. Anyway. I just want to say all this stuff because I'm not going to be saying all this stuff on the UESP stream. At least not some of the complainy stuff. Because I don't want people to go, oh my god, Mr. John UESP is freaking out. Because here's the bottom line. I don't think ESO is dead, and I don't really think it's in maintenance mode. Because as of now, it's been... I mean, people dismiss seasons as maintenance mode, which... As much as I didn't like seasons when they were announced, you think I'd be on that train, but I can't deny how many positive changes seasons have made, like with the class reworks, with mono classing and the werewolf reworks, and the night market did pretty well. I can't deny that it's actually been pretty good. So I think that if ESO was doing worse at the time of the layoffs, you might have more of an argument for maintenance mode. But I think right now, they will take time to restructure. Everything's not going to be happening the way they said it's going to happen. I think that's just 100% a fact. They said they were restructuring. I wouldn't expect... I mean, they might release Greymore for free still in the wintertime, because that takes probably literally no effort. But I see them probably postponing their Skyrim storyline a little bit, because they lost a lot of people who were working on it. And a lot of people are probably going to take that as a maintenance mode. Like, I want you guys to already expect that what was going to be Season 2... It's probably still going to be called Season 2, but it's probably going to be a lot more sparse. It might have more bugs. It will have probably less content. This is all just me theorizing. I think that you should just expect that, because right now they literally just like took a huge hit and they're wounded and they need to recover. You know, it's like you know, someone getting into a car accident and then you visit them in the hospital and you're like, you got to be doing work. Why aren't you working so hard? It's like, no, they were hit fucking hard. And I think with enough support they'll be out of the hospital eventually. But that will take time. And I don't like waiting. I'm a very like, I want it now kind of a person, but I mean, think about how this looks from their perspective, right? From Zos's perspective, it's just got to be chaos over there. Well, maybe not chaos, but like stressful. It's very, very stressful. I'm pretty sure Burba's still there. I think he was technically, like, he took over after Firewire left, right? And so I think like they still technically have their head. And he's probably having to direct a lot of stuff. So I would just basically expect things to slow down a lot. Expect maybe even some more bugs. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're someone that doesn't believe that should be tolerated. Maybe you're someone that thinks, well, I don't care if they were hurt. They need to fix these bugs. Maybe you're just that kind of person. And whatever. I mean, I can't stop you. I just think that it's dumb. It's just dumb because, like, if you just look at the impact of what happened here, it's a very real issue. And at the end of the day, and this is coming from someone that's played 10.5 thousand hours of this game. It's a game. It's literally a game. You know, if the servers end up crashing or they have bugs with new content, you need to realize that it's just a game. And yes, it's a game that if you're subbed, you're spending money on it. That's true. But what just occurred was completely out of their... They were just helpless. It was out of their responsibility. Maybe you could argue that if they had done something, they would have received less cuts. But if you ask me, I think that the reason that we lost a lot of senior employees was probably, again, because of the salary. And they were just like, the salary is too high. You've been around too long. You've acquired too many raises. And we need to reset your position. Because you've had those positions for many, 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 many years. You know? I'm not saying that they were justified in doing it. Because I swear, like, I've been thinking about this constantly for a week or 5 days, I guess, and I am crushed. I'm just telling you that's probably their mindset. Not saying that it's a nice thing to do. One of the things they said with Seasons is they could release content more frequently without the yearly deadline of a chapter. Smaller team, you wouldn't mind going back to chapters with a release every 2 years wouldn't happen, but you'd be fine with it. Okay, well, I understand that. But the reason why they can't do that is, one, they lost so many of their zone people. They lost their zone lead. They lost their concept artists. They lost their, encounter lead that would do stuff in zones. Pretty much like the entire zone team, I think. Maybe not the entire zone team, but many high-ranking zone employees were lost. That's why I'm saying, like, if we get Winterhold, it's probably going to be in a year or more. But aside from that, even if they did have their zone employees, I don't see them doing that because they don't want to release big chapters without, like, because here's the thing, if they made a chapter every 2 years, they would need stuff to kind of pepper throughout the year, because the reason they moved away from chapters was so that they could avoid having people tune in on the day of the chapter's drop and then tune out the day after because they had completed the main quest and all of the dailies and blah blah blah. So, like, chapters, they got rid of them for that reason. They said that it made them too stagnant and they wanted to be flexible. If you ask me, I kind of feel like, personally, it's the other way around, where the fact that ZOS moved to seasons right before these layoffs might be what saves ESO. I feel like if they were doing the chapter quarterly releases or whatever, that I think ESO would be in way muddier waters right now than they are. Seasons allows the team to reconstruct because it's more of a flexible roadmap. In fact, that's what they're doing right now. They're reconstructing the roadmap as we speak. They couldn't do that with the quarterly releases. So they honestly saved themselves right before disaster. And I'm saying this as someone that misses chapters more than anything. Trust me. If you ask me, if I could just have chapters in a perfect world, I would just take a chapter every year and some quarterly, dungeons. But it just wasn't working out that way. You don't understand why they throw away a game that's made $2 billion? Okay, well we're not getting Doomer. They didn't throw away the game. It's still here. I'm still playing it. If you don't believe me, watch. But I understand what you're saying, because you feel like the game is just going to be barely hanging on now. But what I think is actually probably happening right now is ZOS is either moving lower ranking employees to higher ranking positions and then hiring like more people to cover their spots, or maybe they're hiring people to just take the leads. I think that we're definitely going to be seeing a huge change. Is it going to be a change in quality? I have no idea, but it's definitely going to be a change in faces. But I don't think they threw away a game that's made $2 billion, because they're making money off this game. Just understand why they throw away games made $2 billion. That's not what you meant. You meant in a positive way. Okay. So you're saying you don't understand the logic of people who believe they're trashing the game? I mean, even if we were in maintenance mode, it's not like ESO would probably survive for another 5 or so years or more. But I don't see us in that mode right now. It's going to look like it. Trust me. I mean, it's likely going to look like it. ZOS will definitely want to prevent that, but you're definitely going to be seeing less because they're hurt really bad. And that's probably going to look a lot like a maintenance mode, when in reality they're kind of healing up. Just my personal opinion. You're saying the game has made a lot of money, you don't understand why they would close it down? Yeah. I mean, like, the game's pretty alive. Like I said, I was playing, like, on Wednesday morning at, like, 2 or 3 a.m., and there were a lot of people. And yes, it was because I was doing new content that just came out with the seasons. But I mean, like, I was in one area that had new stuff, and it was like night market levels of people being there. Which I think capped at like what, 36, but maybe it was more than that. I don't know. It was a lot. People can be kind of like edgelord, and maybe say that, oh, you're lying to yourself because it hurts your feelings. But I think it's pretty much a fact that ESO's brought in the numbers, and I think that it's just bringing in more. I don't know how the crossplay team was hit by this. I'm gonna admit I don't know if it was or what. I feel like if crossplay was we will know very soon because they know everyone's waiting on it. I think if anything, it's been delayed, but crossplay I feel like will definitely help keep this game alive. He's the players around, you playing all day, there are players everywhere, put a smile on your face. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because like ESO, I was reading an article I think from IGN where they defined ESO as like the cousin of World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV that you can't quite remember the name of, but you recognize their face. And I'm like, I guess it's kind of fair because it's not, ESO is not WoW and ESO is not Final Fantasy XIV, but it's definitely like up there. Like you definitely recognize it. You're like, oh, that's ESO. It's one of the higher MMOs. Back like 4 years ago, it was within the top 10 most money makers on Steam, exclusively on Steam. It was making so much money, and that was around update 35. Every few days, being all doom and gloomy, you thought to yourself, the game's still here. Stop acting as if it's not. You bought the new tome. Yeah, I got myself the $15. Cause I mean, the corgi's cute. It's good. It's nice to know that corgis are canon, but you know, it's not a costume, so. I think the tomes are selling pretty well. I haven't heard many people complaining about the tomes. As far as I know, it's been a pretty smooth battle pass process. Like usually people complain a lot about battle passes, but I think people are pretty happy with it. I'm not hearing a lot of complaining about people losing their tome points after the season ended. They optimized the tomes a bit more. I've been pretty impressed. Did you notice that when you started the game after the update, you immediately got the front of the tome? Like, you got this. As soon as you started the game, you got this. This is good. This is important. This is what I said. This is what I said they should do, and they did it. Basically, as soon as you start the game, it tells you the schedule of the season, and you know where to find it if you need it. This is really, really important because this is the best way to communicate with all of your players is to communicate in game. And I said that they needed to let people know what's going on and where. Now they had this during the first season, but they didn't have it show like smack dab in your face as soon as you started the game. At least as far as I know. Maybe I was there when the tome dropped, so maybe it just didn't show up to me, but it's good that they do this. This is very important. This is a good way to let people know what's going on. As far as I know, this roadmap has been unaffected. This is fine. This roadmap is just going to go as usual. I saw a bit of Crimson Veil. It looks very good. This is the last trial that Finn worked on, and I think that you guys are going to like it. There's some interesting things in there that you don't do in other trials, for sure. They also explained the tome points and said, like, oh, your tome points are being converted. They also showed that you can swap your tome, you know. Because I bought this tome, I can swap back and look at and just kind of look at it if I want to, even though I don't, you know, I don't need to because I already got everything out of it. But you can swap. This is basically what Halo Infinite does, and this is very, very good. You know, once you buy the tome, you can just kind of go back to it if you missed out. So, big fan of that. I think when Infinite did it, I was hoping that more companies would learn from Infinite, even though it didn't seem profitable. And I feel like Infinite did suffer because of its lax approach to the battle passes. They were at least very honest and consumer friendly, and it's good to see ESO kind of do a similar thing. Because battle passes can be a very mixed bag with people. I remember when I had to explain to my parents what a battle pass was, you know. I was like, okay, so they're doing a battle pass, and my dad was just kind of like, I don't want to fight people. I don't know what a battle pass is, but I don't want to fight other players. And I'm like, no, that's not what a battle pass is. It's just the name. It's just the name that people use. ESO's calling it a Tamriel tome, which is, I guess, a more appropriate term because you're not battling people. So I feel like they're making positive changes. It is a battle pass, you're right, but they're calling it a tome. When I heard Tamriel Tome, though, I legit thought it was going to be like a reading thing, like a lore thing, but no. It's a battle pass system. Anyway. Yeah, I'll probably go until 2:30, so I'll stay another 10 minutes. I'm still eating. So yeah, I don't know everything that's going on. I'm just giving my perspective. And oh, thank you, Candied Rogue, for the raid. It's appreciated. Hello. Thank you, Candied Rogue, for the follow. It's appreciated. We are just having a talk. I've literally just done nothing in ESO today except for talk. Well, I've been on ESO for like, what, an hour? Thank you, Vashi777, for the follow. It's appreciated. Hey, I saw you on Twitter all the time. Realized you never come over here to support. Well, thank you very much. I am grateful for the support. You like my What Day Is It post this week? Dude, I haven't been on Twitter because I'm so scared to look at it. I'm just going to be honest. I was debating whether or not I should post that. Because my last post, I've got some pretty toxic people. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to post it. But I haven't seen how it did. It was like the only post I made. I really haven't been posting on Twitter because I've been kind of silent. Blue Sky I've been posting more on. But I don't know. Hold on, let me see here. You did notice the toxicity on the other posts. Hope you just ignore them. Yeah, I mean that's just the best thing you can do. Like if you're gonna be a Twitter poster to any capacity, like if you can't want like to have everyone's attention and be like make a big post or whatever, and not be ready for people to say shit, because people are always gonna say shit. You know, I had a guy call me a loser. And I really hope that his one follower did not agree with him. Because I don't know if I can handle 2 people thinking I'm a loser. But I mean, the thing is though, it's like, yeah, you don't ever interact with those people. I mean, you know, I had one person just like furry with pronouns in bio. I think that was a previous post, but either way, you know, people get on me, but it's like, you need to just kind of take it, you know, you can't respond to everyone. People are not going to like you, and you just kind of need to just, you know, that you're always going to get that because you're just, you know, you have a lot of people looking at you at sometimes. You know, I've had posts that get, I think my biggest post was probably 37,000 or maybe something like 34,000. You're going to get people just by pure chance who are not nice. You just have to kind of like just let it happen. I don't even always block them, but Thank you for standing with me. I feel like this is a time when I have to utilize my reach to show support, because I had some people say that they thought, like a lot of people said, like I wanted to just kind of not support ESO anymore, and then I realized that it's not ZOS that did anything wrong, it's Microsoft, and they were like, I want to support ZOS through this, and they said they didn't really think about that until they saw my post, and I was like, I feel like I'm utilizing my reach to actually do something and make an impact, and I want to do that. And maybe that reach leads people to disagree with me. That's fine. I mean, that's their opinion. I mean, like, if they see this as the end of ESO, I mean, are they right? Are they wrong? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's literally like, this is like the darkest time for ESO. It's such a weird time because it's so busy of an MMO. Like, there's actually, despite what people say, there's so many people playing it and buying stuff, and it's just making so much money, but it's being treated like it's not making money, because literally every company got these layoffs, including like BGS got layoffs. You know, you'll hear stories from people who are like, there was like that Bethesda employee that worked on the Argonians and Khajiit for like Morrowind through Skyrim or whatever. I think she had been working there for like 30 years, and she got laid off from Bethesda. And, you know, it's making the rounds, but I'm pretty sure, like, I think they're getting rid of a lot of higher-ups that make too much money for them. They're like, you don't need to be here, you're making too much money. I have no idea. But it's not anything to say about the companies that are actually making stuff. I think it's just that they're looking at how much they're spending on them, and they're like, no, we gotta stop. Thank you for standing with clouds. I mean, like, everyone knows whether lays on the cloud, oppressing the cloud. It's time for clouds of all sorts to rise up. There's clouds above me, though. It was funny about the cloud asset that floats around me. I made those pixel clouds, I think, for my original PNG tuber, and then I just moved them to my actual moving PNG tuber. Longtime viewers remember when I was just a sticker back in like late 2023. Even longer viewers remember when I was a flesh tuber. I mean, I still am on the UESP. I've only got... Okay, I'll go another 10 minutes so I can hit 3 hours. I don't get to chatter. I don't get to chatter during the week, you gotta realize. I mean, not a lot, but... So, it all comes out on the weekends. But, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, no? Wait, oh, yes. It was... Oh, yeah, anonymity on, like, social medias. Like, to some people, I might come off as, like, trying to... Like, oh, he's using a PNG tuber, or he's not, like, always posting pictures of himself, or he's not using a face cam or whatever. And a lot of people might be like, he's trying to be anonymous, but I'm not really an anonymous person. Like, I'll show up at ESO dinners, and people are like... The thing is, though, people don't recognize me, because they don't recognize what I look like. but it's like I don't really care about being like being seen or not. It's not always the case. A lot of people are like, I don't want people to see me. I don't really care. So that's why I use my face cam during the UESP, because I don't care if people see me. It's just not as fun, you know? Can I steal these knives? Like, there's knives behind me. Can I steal those? Wouldn't it be hilarious to steal something in the Thieves Guild? Oh, crap, I can't steal them. Damn it! Can I steal from the thieves? Here's a Geovesen skull, by the way. So, this person says it's authentic. Now, the Geovesen skull is supposedly the skull of the wife of Riemann III. I don't remember her name. Can I... Blah, blah, blah. Tavia. That's it, Tavia. So, Tavia was, according to what sources we have, the best source I can think of is a historical fiction, year 2920, last year of the First Era. It's a historical fiction, so it's not 100% accurate. It's got a lot of embellishments, but it's got a lot of facts in it too. And it talks about Tavia being imprisoned north of Gideon in Castle Geoves, which is up here. And you can even, there's a quest about this area, and you can even go into Tavia's tower, right? So it's pretty interesting. I remember being so hyped to go here. I was like, oh my god, I get to go to the place in the book, and it's pretty neat. So anyway, this is apparently her skull, allegedly. That's what it says. Because, at least according to the story, she jumped out the tower window. But I don't really know how accurate that is. I do suppose she died in some way or another. My crystal is like glowing. Look at that. I added accents with this outfit, so because this mask has this gem on it, and it's like the centerpiece of her whole design, I decided to go with the Shardborn swords, because they also have white crystals on them, even though it's a completely different style. But I thought it's kind of a good way to have it like a tertiary design aesthetic, is to kind of have these crystals spread throughout the build on both arms and head. It's very subtle, but I feel like it works. I take designing my characters very, very seriously. Alright, well, I will be doing the UESP stream, unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. I will be doing their Twitch stream at like 4 p.m. Central Time, if everything goes well. I'll probably just be showing off some of the new stuff. A lot of it I haven't even seen. I've never done the dynamic event in Glenumbra, and I think there's one in Aradon. Never done those. I'll be checking out favors, and apparently rumors aren't even in the game yet. I thought they were, but that's going to be next update, assuming that all goes well. I actually haven't done... I'm literally still going through the first Thieves Guild. That's why I have this... that's why I'm here. I haven't done the Thieves Guild before in my life, so I'm slowly going through that. So I'll probably do more of this over the weekend. I find it pretty fun. It's got some interesting lore bits. I also love Hammerfell stuff, like going to these like old Yokudan ruins. I love it. The assets that they designed for this DLC they don't use them a lot, but they're so good. They're so fancy. Also, Alba's Landing is like so Assassin's Creed coded. Has anyone else? Does anyone else think that? Like, I played the first Assassin's Creed. It's the only one that I played, but I played it a lot. And like when I'm in Abba's Landing, it just feels like I'm playing an Assassin's Creed game, even though I can't climb or anything. I'm like running around on rooftops and jumping off stuff and rolling. It's the vibe that I get. And it's very well designed. It's always fun to run around and find shortcuts and stuff. To me, this kind of almost feels like playing a new DLC because I haven't spent too much time in this area. So it kind of feels like this is all new stuff to me, which is also why I kind of don't... There's a lot of stuff in ESO that I have yet to do because I kind of save it for a rainy day, and I think that's probably going to come in handy in the near future. So I still have this to do. I still have a lot of achievements to get. A lot of dyes and stuff to get. There's many things that I actually haven't done. And a lot of quests too. I need to make a list of all the quests I haven't done because we want to start questing more. Because I don't want to run out. You know how it is. Okay, well, I will be playing, like I said, I'll be playing on the USP stream at 4 p.m. Central Time, but I'll also be on my own channel, probably starting to stream around 7 or 7:30 p.m. And we will be doing ESO around 9. So that'll be fun. And then tomorrow is probably just going to be around the same thing. Starting at 7, playing ESO at 9. So we're probably gonna be starting with VR chat. So like maybe VR chat from 7:30 to 9. And also, for those that don't know, I tend to stream on Tuesdays, even though I consider it to be my bonus day. I do it a lot. I don't know the last time I missed a Tuesday. But just keep in mind that sometimes I might. But yeah, I tend to go live on Tuesdays as well, at around 11:30 p.m. Alright, I will be sending you to Doryu. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe I should probably support ESO streaming right now, because yeah, it's kind of a rough time. Okay, we are gonna be supporting. Drew You Out. We're gonna be going to Drew You Out. I'm assuming that they are not ending. Thank you so much for being here. It's appreciated. I appreciate the raid and the follows and all that stuff. Thank you so very much. There are also viewing rewards, apparently. So make sure to claim your viewing rewards once you get them. Drew You Out is streaming ESO, so you will continue to acquire them. Be sure to check out the Gold Coast Bazaar, because stuff just got renewed, new season. So, you know, check those out. I will see you guys later. Bye.